I was fortunate enough to be a part of the pilot when you're introducing the concepts of Mojo. So that was 2 or 3 years ago.
I think it's close to 33 months for me, and it feels like yesterday. I mean, that's how bought in I am to the theories taught in Mojo.
Each meeting, we dedicate 25% of the meeting to our own personal development because I'm part of it as well and always learning. Mojo's is part of our DNA and what we do during team meetings.
So our team meets every 2 weeks now. Scott's incorporated like the back half of this meeting. Now that the new Mojo app is available, everybody takes turns of picking a topic in a podcast, and then they lead the half hour discussion. And I find it interesting because whatever the topic it is, they pick off the Mojo app. It almost parallels what they're personally experiencing that week. And it kind of gives them a remedy or a solution, or maybe a different way to view the challenges they're up against, whether it's professional or personal.
I watch when we do these meetings, it's just not one person or two people. Everyone's talking and waiting to jump. Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's great. The other thing I noticed from this, and again, it just kind of flows. And for me as a leader, I can almost step back and just really value and listen to what they're saying.
When they get the team's viewpoint of like how they took away from it, I think people find a lot of solace. And then when it all comes together, I think they're in a better mind space to handle with that particular issue that they're dealing with, whether it's professional or personal. And I think that's one of the most important things about Mojo. It's not siloed. It's not just something that from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, you leave it at the office. This, if you really lean into it, can be life changing.
In fact, we just promoted another person to our team. And I think the person started on a Monday. I think we had a team meeting that afternoon. And so, obviously they didn't know a lot about what was going on, but they heard what we were talking about. And it was interesting for me to hear her chime in right away. I'm like, I didn't listen to the podcast because I just joined the team, but like her version and her thought process behind what we were talking about, to the point which we were all like, wow. If the ask was, could you sign me up? And I'd like to lead the next session. I was like, that's impressive.
Kind of changes your brain chemistry to look for opportunities to extrapolate the positive or to impose positivity in a situation.
We've had record numbers as far as our purchases from our distributors. Those leaders have experienced tremendous growth well over their goals that were set for them and their quotas. Those individuals that were new to the roles have really exceeded all expectations because, again, I think the way they approach challenges, they look at them really as opportunities now, opportunities to grow or opportunities to provide solutions in areas that, maybe organizationally we've been challenged in the past.
Once you buy into it, it's definitely life changing because I think it just changes the way the synapses work in your brain.
They're extremely hard workers. So it's never been a question of work ethic, but I think it's sometimes mindset and getting your mind in the right place to be successful and to see success and sometimes see little victories.
I've never heard someone ever say, I don't like to be around so-and-so person. They're too positive. But we've all heard we don't like to be around so-and-so person because they're too negative.
I think we're always being watched as a leader, in that by investing in products like Mojo, show that we care and that we're willing to provide value and to help our people be the best version of themselves.
My boss was on this call. What would I say to him or her about bringing Mojo into my life? This is simplistic, but I'd say thank you, because in my 23 years of being in sales, this is the first time that I've ever actually had a manager to invest in our team, and me included, on a journey as opposed to an occurrence. So I would say thank you, because I think it's made me a better friend outside of work to my friends. I think it's made me a better colleague and a teammate, definitely to my coworkers. I'm going to go out on a limb and says it made me a better husband, but you would have to ask the wife about that. All this stems from having the Mojo minds be a part of your culture in a company. And I think that would be the summarization of Mojo. You're constantly looking for opportunities to make a positive impact on others. And if we do it long enough, cultures change.
Mojo has made a tremendous impact on my team, and it has helped them understand the value that I place in each one of them. And at the same time, help them and us be the best version of themselves each day.
I believe if I was ever put in a position of leadership in our organization because of what Scott Welch has given me with this opportunity, I could hit the ground running. And if I had 68 people I was in charge of, I think it would be very easy for me to have 68 different conversations to match 68 different personalities. I don't think I would have been able to do that prior to Mojo.